All right, everyone, I'm super excited to be holding in my hands the final version of Estate Raise the Realm. This is the deluxe edition. Okay, right on top, we have the deluxe instructions that just explain what to do with the Ancient Ruins mini expansion and how to leverage the interactive deck. Then we have the rulebook and the appendix. I love how in the appendix we have a list of all the different cards and quantities. Then we've got our punch out resources. We also have the castle punch out, and then we have our gather tiles and leader tokens. So these are all punch out pieces that go on the center game board. Next up are our leaders. I love how the colors came out with these, double layered, and have the backside with all the stories. And then we've got the game board. Next we have our wooden cubes that go in the leader mats. And then these are the deluxe meeples. You can see they're a little bit bigger. They have that custom shape. Very happy with how these turned out. And then we finally have our wooden resources. We got the wood, the stone, the grain, and the iron. And the creme de la creme, our metal coins. So we got some 1s and some 3s. Right here we have our Ancient Ruins expansion. So these are very cool. James, our artist, did a fantastic job on the artwork. So they start off on the when repaired side. You can see the cards art themselves is kind of like a ruined version of the art. And then when we repair it, the card flips over and the art gets even better when it's all repaired. So these are exclusive to this deluxe. Now we have our interactive deck. So these are just estate cards, but they have a little eye here. And these get added into the main deck when you want to use them. There's 20 cards in this deck that get added into the main estate deck, which is right here. So I'm not going to open it right now, but these are the other cards. So we got 2 big chunky piles of cards. These are mainly the estate cards, but this deck here has our era events and the solo events. And then next we have our player aids. So there's 5 of the regular player aids. They're kind of like this cardstock material, and the one side has the overview of the different actions, has a quick symbology guide for quick reference, and then the back explains how to reset for the era at the end of the era, and then it also goes over the victory point scoring for game end, which is pretty handy. We also have a specific solo player aid, which explains some of the cards themselves have a slightly different effect when you're playing solo mode. Those are denoted on the card by an actual S symbol, similar to the interactive deck. And then it also explains how you set up for solo mode. So very similar setup, but you use different era events. Here's our handy score pad. So we've got double-sided, which is pretty nice. Quick note, if you do use BG Stats, this score pad is also available there. We got our starting player token. Take this out of the bag. This is a nice little crown. It's got a cool shimmer effect. And then we got the box insert. So nothing fancy here, but it does store everything nicely, especially if you're storing your boxes horizontally. And to repack it, I'll showcase. So you just kind of like put all the resources back in the bottom here. You put your cards back here. They will fit sleeved cards, which is great. Thanks to one of our backers for asking that question. Your score pad and your player aids go right there in the center. You can put those extra expansion cards there as well. And then once you've punched out all the punch outs, they can also go in this little cavity. You put the game board, you put the player boards on top, and then you put your rule book back on top. You put the actual rule book. Love that artwork that James did. Then we got the box. Ooh, nice little box fart. All right, so that's unboxing the deluxe edition. Hope you enjoyed it, and let us know what you think in the comments.